Alright, hey, so if you're watching this video, that means you are doing the chicken and waffles recipe this week for appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. Equipment, or not equipment, ingredients are in Schoology. You should have written those down before you started watching this video. I don't know what group's doing it. That's for future Chef G to figure out. So all I'm going to be doing is walking through how to make this appetizer. I'm not making all of them because you guys are making a lot more than I am. I'm just making a few just so you can see how it's done. So, yellow cutting board and a chef's knife. I'm going to take my chicken breast and cut my glove off. And I am just going to cut these into little nuggets, little cubes of chicken. Just like this, not too huge. I'm just going to keep them on my board here. Alright, so in these 3 bowls I have up here, we're going to fry our chicken pieces just like we did fried chicken at the beginning of the year. I have flour, egg, flour. To all 3 bowls I'm going to add my seasonings, which is salt, pepper, onion, garlic, and cayenne. Adding all of our seasonings in there. I have my oil getting heated up to about 350, 375 degrees, roughly. I'm just giving this all a good mix. I'm going to add just a splash of water to my eggs, just so it's a little looser. It's going to be exactly like our fried chicken at the beginning of the year. So our chicken pieces are going to go into our first bowl, making sure we're doing wet hand, dry hand, like at the beginning of the year. Closer to me. Shaking off any excess. Then to our egg. Not doing breadcrumbs this time, we're just doing 2 bowls of flour. That gives us a better taste and texture for what we're doing today. You guys will have a lot more chicken than I do. I'm only doing a little bit, so I can just show you how it is meant to be done. And from here, it's just going to go into our pot of oil once it is all ready. We're just going to fry these till they are about 165 internally. Ow! Ooh. Try not to burn yourselves, kids, like I just did. You're laughing at me in class right now. That's alright. so your oil isn't too hot like mine kind of is right now. You're going to cook the outside more than the inside. All right, while our chicken is frying, we're going to make like a maple syrup sauce. So into a small bowl, I'm gonna add some syrup. So this way we get kind of some sweetness with the syrup, but it also adds a little bit more complexity to the dish. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of rice wine vinegar. And we're just going to give this a little mix here. It's going to loosen up our syrup that we got here. And it's going to give it a little bit of an acrid bite to it. So it's still syrup, but you can kind of see it's a little more runny now. And it tastes, I think, a little better. All right, our chicken, when it reaches 165, we're going to pull it out. And it is going to be set onto a half sheet tray lined with paper towels. Make sure you hit these with salt when they come out of the oil so they are not under seasoned. Look at that, we're almost done. You guys got the easiest one. Whoever got this one. Alright, waffles. We're going to take these cute little waffles here. And we're going to take a ring mold or a cookie cutter about this big, and we're just going to stamp out a little circle of waffle. These you can throw away or eat, they're pretty good. Cute little waffles, just like this. We're gonna do that to all of our waffles that we have. The other ones we'll set aside, or the scraps we'll set aside, you can eat. It's what we call chef snacks in the business. These are chef snacks. Yeah, we're just gonna want 12 cute little waffles here. All right, so once my waffles are all stamped out, I'm gonna put them on a half sheet tray lined with parchment paper, and we're gonna put these in the oven 30 seconds to a minute just to kind of crisp them up and take the chill off of them. We don't want them all squishy and cold like they are now. We want them a little firmer. All right, while I'm waiting for that, I got chives here. Chives, you can cut these however you want. I don't care what you do so much. You can cut them into little circles like I got here, or if you want to be real fancy, you can cut them on a sliver. These are just for garnish for our appetizer that we got. They aren't going to add too much, but they are going to make our appetizer look a little prettier than it does now. So I'm just going to cut these up however I want. I don't want every single one to look the same. That's just how I work, but that's all right. You don't need much, about that much will do. All right, so here's our waffles. They crisped up a little bit. They're not as squishy as they used to be, and they're a little warm, which is exactly what we want. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to plate this appetizer. Just a second. All right, so we haven't talked about plating quite yet, but that's all right. I just want to show you guys how to assemble them. I'm not going to go all fancy mumbo jumbo with all the plating techniques. So I'm just going to take 3 of my little waffles here. On top of each waffle is going to go one of our chicken nuggets that we made. Nothing like homemade chicken nuggets. And then we'll take our syrup mixture that we made, and we're just going to drizzle that right over it. Okay, if it's a little messy. And then to garnish, it's going to be our chives here. Alright. Alright, so there's the finished product. You guys are making like a bunch more of these tomorrow. If you have any questions, ask me. I'll be sitting right at my desk, right behind you.